hopefully we'll come across Brunel's great ship, the SS Great Britain. I think I'm lost. I don't know where I'm going. Got no reason to doubt them at all. Hello and welcome back to my channel and to my second video here in Bristol. I'm starting my walk here in Brandon Park. Just finished filming my previous video, which actually ended at the Abbot Tower here in Brandon Park. And in this video I'm going to walk from here down through the town and down towards the docks and see what I can discover about Bristol's maritime past. I got a cup of tea. Can't beat starting a video off with a cup of tea. Oh, that's so refreshing. And I found a delightful mobile cafe. Lady in the park selling tea and coffees and snacks and things from her van. And the van is so interestingly decorated. It's decorated like a 747. And the lady is actually ex-cabin crew. Lovely lady, Rashida. Such a pleasant lady to talk to. And her husband is a local tour guide here in Bristol. So I'll put the link in the video to their channels on social media, on Instagram. And if you're in Brandon Park here in Bristol, then come and check out Rashida's little mobile 747 cafe. Absolutely brilliant. And she makes a lovely cup of tea. Oh, you can't beat a cup of tea. Absolutely wonderful. Wonderful start to any day. Well, wonderful to have a cup of tea at any point during any day. So I'm going to finish my cup of tea and I'm going to walk from here down towards Bristol Cathedral and discover Bristol's maritime past. Well, I've walked down from Brandon Park down towards Bristol Cathedral and the old Abbot's Gatehouse. It really is very busy around here. Lots of students around and lots of other people as well. I'm walking through the little arch and the Abbot's Gatehouse. This is really rather interesting. I do like walking through gatehouses and other things. The actual gatehouse dates from 1140. Go through the bigger one now. Nice ceiling on the top and very ornate brickwork on the sides. Really rather nice. And just ahead of me is another of Bristol's statues. I've passed quite a few today in this video so far and in my previous video from Bristol. This one's quite interesting. It's a man called Raja Ramahoun Roy, and he was born on the 22nd of May 1772 in Radranga in Bengal, and he died on the 27th of September 1833 here in Bristol. He was an Indian reformer, one of the founder members of the Brahmo Sabha, the precursor of the Brahmo Samaj, social religious reform movement in the Indian subcontinent. He was well noted for his work in the fields of education and religion and politics, and he was given the title Raja by the Mughal Emperor Akbar II. Very nice statue of him here in outside Bristol Cathedral. The Bristol Cathedral itself is absolutely incredible. It's absolutely massive. And the ornate stonework around the side and the statues really is very beautiful indeed. It started off life as Augustinian Abbey, founded around 1140 by a prominent local citizen, a man called Robert Fitzharding, who became the first Lord Berkeley. The current building was undertaken, work began in around 1220. Didn't actually finish building it till around 1877. But looking around the outside, it really is quite magnificent. Just turn around there and you can have a look at the really is absolutely magnificent. But let's go in and take a little look in the inside and then head on down towards the docks. What a beautiful cathedral. So many of my friends have said to me that you must visit Bristol Cathedral, and now I can see why. It's absolutely amazing in there. The architecture, both that of Victorian architecture, was built to match that of the old medieval architecture. It's just one of the most elaborate and ornate cathedrals that I've been into. It's not the largest I've been into, but it is one of the most ornate. It's absolutely beautiful. An interesting thing, some of the tombs there to the Berkeley family. There's no end of memorials on the ground to all those who have been associated with the church over the years, or associated with Bristol, all of whom are now buried in the church. Absolutely, absolutely beautiful to see all their memorials and all the effigies on the walls. And some of the stained glass windows were very beautiful indeed. And walking down into the chapter house, the oldest part of the cathedral, where all the monks would have met, the clergy would have had meetings for the past 800 odd years. Absolutely fantastic. But now I need to head down towards the docks and discover Bristol's maritime history. Well, some of it. Can't discover it all in one afternoon, but we'll discover as much as we can as I walk further into the past, or into Bristol's past. I'm really enjoying Bristol. I don't know why it's taken me 50 odd years to come here. I should have come here years and years ago. But it's definitely one place that I'm going to come back to time and time again, because there is just so much to see and do here. So now let's I think I'm lost. I don't know where I'm going. Oh dear. But when I found where I am, I'll pick this video up and be somewhere down by the docks. And the sun's still shining. Absolutely beautiful. I just passed an ice cream van. I got a Mr. Whippy, £2.50 with chocolate sauce. Oh, oh, delicious! I love a Mr. Whippy. I had a Mr. Whippy yesterday when I was in Weston-super-Mare. Oh, it's lovely. There we go. Here's the docks. There we go behind me. So I'm going to enjoy my Mr. Whippy with chocolate sauce and just watch the world go by for a few minutes. Oh, oh, it's all in my hair. Mr. Whippy in my hair. Oh, oh, this is so good. This is so good. Oh, look at me. I'm going to get an absolute mess here with my Mr. Whippy. Oh dear. It's all in my hair. Oh, never mind. I think I'll put the camera down a minute and sort this out. Oh dear. Oh dear, that Mr. Whippy. Gust of wind sandwiched my Mr. Whippy between my mouth and my hair. And I got Mr. Whippy all over my hair. Oh dear, it was bad. I had to go to a cafe and use their facilities to tidy myself up. Remove Mr. Whippy from my hair. Oh dear. I've got two weaknesses in life. One's a cup of tea and the other's a Mr. Whippy. And having a Mr. Whippy on a windy day just didn't go well at all. Oh dear. Anyway, I'm down at the docks, so I'm going to have a little walk around. So I cut through Queen's Square, which I think is just ahead of me, and head down towards I think it's the Redcliffe area of Bristol, and see what I can discover as I cross over the River Avon there and down into the docks. But this is just walking around. The area I was in it's by the aquarium, and it's just so vibrant there. There's just so much happening. Get run over by a bus. No, go on, go on. My light was red. The bus's light was green. Looked at the wrong lights. We got run over. That's not very good. But now let's see what's down here. Just walking into Queen's Square. This is lovely. And on a warm day like today, everyone's out enjoying themselves in the park. I think the temperature's come down a little bit since this morning, because my walk from Castle Park to Brandon Park began to overheat a little bit and get very warm indeed. But it seems to have cooled down. The temperature today was forecast for a cooler day, so maybe this morning I just caught the tail end of yesterday's hot weather. It should be a little cooler tomorrow, hopefully, as well. Assuming the weather forecast is is accurate. Got no reason to doubt them at all. But here we go, there's a statue here of William III on his horse. The statue was cast back in 1733. The sculptor was a man called Michael Reisbach. It was installed here in 1736. That's rather a nice little statue. It's covered in bird poop at the moment. And someone's got up and vandalised it by sticking a drinks container in one of its arms. Why do people do that? It achieves absolutely nothing. It's life, I suppose. It's what people do today. There we go. Down here is the bridge I need to cross over to get to the docks. I think this is the Redcliffe area of Bristol. I looked on the map as to where I was going this morning, and it didn't look too far. Or was it a little further than I thought? Never mind. I've enjoyed my walk through Bristol. I've walked through the restaurant of the cultural part of Bristol. I've had a Mr. Whippy, which went in my hair. But yes, this is the Redcliffe area of Bristol. So this is where I want to be. I can walk along the Avon, along the river, and see what we can discover. And hopefully we'll come across Brunel's great ship, the SS Great Britain. Now that would be nice. So I'm planning to go there tomorrow, so hopefully if the weather holds out, it doesn't rain, we'll explore that ship, because it's one of the great ships of the world that I've actually really wanted to go to. And I've been to HMS Belfast in London before now, and seen the Mary Rose down in Portsmouth. Been on HMS Victory. But the SS Great Britain is one ship that it's on my bucket list to go and see. So let's walk down there and explore Bristol's maritime past. Oh, this is so exciting! Past another really impressive church here in Bristol, St Mary's Redcliffe. It's absolutely huge. Bristol's got so many churches. I didn't go into that one. I've been into a couple today, and I've obviously visited the cathedral in this video. So but if I come back to Bristol again, I'll call in and take a look. But absolutely impressive from the outside. But I'm down on I think this is Phoenix Quay down here. Got walking on the old cobblestones here. They've got a few vessels moored up, and an old crane as well. So many docks keep the old cranes in situ, which is really nice to see. You know, it's part of the heritage of the docks. These old cranes. I saw them. I've seen old cranes in London, and and Ipswich, and of course down in Swansea as well. Reminder of the dock's previous past as a centre for commerce. So it's nice that they do keep them. And there's quite a few in London on the old docks down towards the city airport. It's really rather nice to see. Yeah, just on the left is a pub called the Ostrich. This is an old sailors' pub. It's where those who used to work at the docks used to go in an evening. It's built in 1745. But the pub made the news headlines back in 1950 when a Polish seaman was found murdered there, which is a shame. But I'm not sure where we are now. I think this is the Bathhurst Basin behind me. And the little bridge crosses over the lock that used to come into the basin. There was a massive explosion here back in 1888, 21st of November. There was a Jersey schooner that was moored up in the lock. She was called the United, and she was carrying 300 barrels or 50 tons of naphtha, which is rather flammable. And she exploded. Massive explosion. It's not the first story I've heard of a cargo vessel exploding or catching fire in a dock. Found a similar story in Swansea Marina. I told that story in one of my videos from Swansea. But just round the corner is rather an impressive lightship. This vessel is actually called the John Sebastian, or light vessel number 55, as she is also known. Now, she was built back in 1885, so she's quite an old vessel. She's also the largest wooden lightship. In fact, the only remaining wooden lightship still afloat. She's down here in the Bathhurst Basin in Bristol, which is absolutely lovely to see. I've seen a few lightships on my travels. Found a lovely one in Colchester on my walk to Wivenhoe back in the early part of the summer, and they've also got one moored up in Swansea as well, the marina in Swansea. Absolutely delightful to see them. I discovered actually they don't actually have an engine in them to move them around. They have to be towed everywhere and positioned and anchored in the right position. And I never knew that, so always learn something new when researching the places you're going to visit. Just heading across this little metal bridge towards another part of Bristol's maritime past. And it's a pub that's now called the Louisiana. It's got those iron railings on the outside, very reminiscent of a building found in New Orleans. So I guess that's why they called it the Louisiana. It's had a few names over the past. The Bathhurst Hotel, the Smugglers. I think it was called Garrick's for a while. It's quite an interesting building. It's also got one or two blocked off windows as well. Windows were blocked up as a result of the window tax, which was introduced back in 1696. And the more windows you had, the more tax you paid. So it's hardly surprising that people blocked up their windows to avoid paying tax. It was usually the rich people as well, the more wealthy in society, that owned larger houses. So it's hardly surprising that the tax was repealed back in 1851. But this area was bombed during the Second World War, 24th of November 1940. Killed 171 people in the bombing, and 174 were injured. And it's all been rejuvenated now. Lots of trendy flats going up. And the whole area's been rejuvenated. It's lovely. This is going to be a really trendy, vibrant area in a few years' time. You can feel the vibes as you walk through the town. It's such a cultural, multicultural, cosmopolitan area. It really is a happening city. It's brilliant here, it really is. But now let's walk further down the docks and see what else we can discover here in Bristol. Wow, this is so exciting. These huge cranes. I've never seen cranes like this before. And they've got, what, 4 of them? Still got the old railway lines here for where the trains used to come in and load and unload their cargo. And it's all just been left here and preserved. Absolutely, absolutely fantastic. These cranes were made in Bath back in 1951, and they got a weight limit of a lifting limit of 3 tons. I think they were made by a company called Stothert and Pitt Limited, engineering company, and the M Shed Museum. Absolutely fantastic looking at all these. Let's just walk through one of these cranes. Really exciting. Just on my right, there's a lovely tall ship called the Lord Nelson. It's lovely to see these tall ships with them tall masts and all the rigging. Absolutely, absolutely beautiful. And in front of that is a replica of the Mathew. This is a replica of the vessel which John Abbot sailed to Newfoundland from Bristol back in 1497. And I'd never been on an old reconstruction of a ship like this. So let's go and take a look. This is really impressive here. I'm going to walk up to the front of the vessel now and take a look. So I've got these steps. Wow. How exciting. On a replica vessel from 1497. This is absolutely wonderful. My goodness me. You can see the mast and all the rigging. It's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. 2 tall ships together, the Lord Nelson and the Mathew, 2 very, very different vessels, both with tall masts and rigging. But let's go down here and walk to the back of the boat. Been advised to walk down backwards. I think that's good advice. Steps don't... oh yes. There we go, go down backwards. There we go. Got the steps to the... oh gosh, these are a bit steeper, these ones. My goodness. There we go. Walk to the front. Walk to the back even. Get a really nice view behind of, I think it's Millennium Square. So, and the great view across, looking down the River Avon. I do love walking around marinas and dockyards and boats. They're just so interesting. I definitely think I'm gonna visit a few more next year, try and find some other boats and vessels to go aboard. So if you have access to any really super duper ships and would like to invite me along to take a look, then please get in touch. My social media links are in the description below. I'd love to have a walk around and a guided tour of any historic vessel, especially a tall ship, or a military ship, an aircraft carrier perhaps, submarine, something nautical. It really is exciting just sitting here. The other week in London, well, a few months ago in London, I walked past a replica of the Golden Hind that was moored up on the South Bank, and that was closed, but they do make a charge to go on board, unlike the Mathew here, which was just free to walk along, free to come on board. And I'll put a link in the description to their website. They offer trips and other activities here as well, so if you live in Bristol or you're visiting, have a look at their website and perhaps get involved in what they do and their trips. How absolutely fascinating to come on board, even though there's not much to see. Well, actually there is so much to see, because it's just so exciting walking around the deck of a replica ship. Oh gosh, these steps really are steep. Oh, there we go. There we go. Wow, what an interesting little ship to visit. I was talking to the owners, a lovely couple, and who were the custodians of this fine vessel, and they were telling me about the history of Bristol docks and about the trips that they do on the Mathew there, down the harbour and back. I definitely think that's one to do for another trip here to Bristol. I'll put a link to the Mathew in the description below, so you can check out their website. I think that's one of the hidden gems of Bristol, to visit the old vessel there and and sail out down the harbour. And it's just starting to rain. I was going to put a dampener on my day. But just up ahead they've got more sections of railway line. This is so exciting down here. They've got an old steam crane here. This is a Fairbairn steam crane, and it dates from 1878. And it looks in remarkably good condition. Sat down here on the Wapping Railway Wharf. And they got some old railway carriages here as well, and more railway line. Bristol seems to have gone a long way to preserving not only its railway history, but its maritime history as well, with all the cranes, and the railway lines, the tracks, and a range of goods wagons here as well. I don't know if that's part of the working part of the line or not. Not being from Bristol, it could well be. But you've got all the railway line, all the track here on the road. came across a similar situation in Weymouth a few weeks ago, but they had taken up their railway line running down the quayside back in 2020. They've only got one little section just down by the theatre. They've kept the old platform as well. I mentioned that, and I came across that in my Weymouth video, which is on the channel for you to enjoy. But it's really rather nice down here. There's a sign up there by the railway tracks. They're part of the Harbour Railway. They're actually live tracks. They're actually being used, which is why those goods wagons are there. They just haven't been preserved for all to see. They're actually working goods vehicles, goods wagons that obviously get moved in and out as and when they're needed. This is another area of Bristol that's been redeveloped. Very trendy apartments down here on both sides of the river. Really is absolutely wonderful. But I'm heading down a bit further towards the SS Great Britain. I can see where it is just down the road, just a bit further down on the quayside. And I'm really hoping to visit there tomorrow, assuming, of course, it doesn't rain. The forecast for tomorrow is a little inclement, and there is a possibility of rain. It's very forecast is for cloud, and about a 50% chance of some rain. Other areas of England have got forecast torrential rain for tomorrow, so it would be nice if the last day of my little visit down to Bristol the weather held off. I wonder if I'll have that luck. There we go.
Which is it?
Well, I'm just walking to Brunel Square down here by the SS Great Britain. The SS Great Britain was launched on the 19th of July 1843 and made her maiden voyage on the 26th of July 1845. And just around here are a few nautical objects, some anchors and some chains, and a little photographic exhibition as well. But this is where I end this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And I'll leave you with a few pictures of some of the objects you can see down here on the quayside by the SS Great Britain in Bristol. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon for another adventure somewhere else.